Hey guys, how you doing? New lesson here for gonna make it through next week. It's called a perspective drawing. Okay. Perspective. And ours is 1 point. It's building on what we did with the ancient Greek temple of checkered floor. This is gonna be a little more complicated. If you have graph paper, by any chance, use it. I bet no one does though. So. Watch this. First thing, doesn't really matter where you draw it. I'm not going to make you measure, but we're going to draw a horizon line. Okay? We're pretending this is the sky and this is the ground. And then, somewhere on it, we're going to put a point. And again, I've told you guys, I'm going to write, you don't have to write this on your drawing. Vanishing point. It's where everything seems to disappear to. Okay? Now, the ruler I'm using, if you don't have a ruler, I'm just using it as a straight edge state. I'm not even measuring. Okay? So you only need like the edge of a book or something. So to start with this, check it out. Like we do with a lot of our things, we're going to draw like a big A here. We're going to pretend that's a road going in the distance. We may have done a painting like that in the beginning of the year. This is going to be more complicated here. We're going to draw a house back here that's vanishing towards that point. So watch. The first part of the house you draw is down here. Just like you're in kindergarten. You just draw a box and a triangle. Let me make sure I get that symmetrical. All right. Basic house that anyone can draw. Okay? Now watch this. I'm going to switch to a pencil. So for your sides, because remember you have length, width, and the third angle, the third dimension, is height. So we got to line this up with this to the vanishing point. Okay? You don't have to go all the way. You go, if you want to go all the way, you can, but you're going to have to erase that later. These are what I call measuring lines. From this corner, we want to go, make sure you're on that dot. Okay. Now we want to go from the roof to the vanishing point. You want to make sure your roof goes above the horizon line because it looks better. You want to go about like there. Doesn't really matter how long they are because watch. At home, you might kick this out. Make sure you are straight up and down with that line there. Okay, now you don't want to go straight up and down here because the roof is slanted. So you want to try to copy that angle by eye of that roof, all right? And then you do this, okay? Now if your line had gone all the way, you could have just erased that now, okay? So that's a house. That's 3D. And of course, we want to add some details. We did this at the beginning of the year a little bit, but we didn't use a vanishing point, okay? This is like scientific. And we didn't do this at the beginning here. Watch this. I'm going to go through the side of the house with a dotted line. I'm going to go through the top of the side of the house with a dotted line. And this is how you can get windows on that side of the house. See, a window from the front, anybody could do. It's just a flat square. Okay, window on the side of the house, watch this. Now I'm going to go up and down, and then you darken that, and you darken that, and you have a window on the side of the house. Now I'm going to do it this, and as you go up and down, up and down. Now a lot of kids will kick this line out. Don't kick your line out. Keep it totally vertical, all right? Same with when you divide the window. Right, for the things in the middle of your window. All right, so on this side of the road, we get to do something fun. We're going to add trees, okay? So watch this, but I need to know how to make them disappear. They have to vanish to this point, just like our house. So go below the horizon. Now I'm going above the horizon. Remember, this is called the horizon. That's where the sky and the earth meet. All right, and I'm drawing this light. Now here's your rule. This tree is the farthest away. This has to touch the bottom, and it touches the top. Now this tree touches the top, and now it has to touch the bottom. I like to make it curved, looks a little more 3D. You want to get at least 4 trees on here. Watch this. Touches the top, and now it's going to touch the bottom. I'm going to draw one last one out here. Maybe it's going off the page even. But it would have to come down to, look, I'm not going to guess. Let me see where that would go. It would have to go all the way down to the bottom of the page. Okay, now if you take a look, that looks pretty 3D, right? Your house is going back, your trees are going back. And finishing touch to make it wild, up here in the sky, give yourself some lines. It almost doesn't matter how wide they are. Watch this. You might remember we drew an airplane at the beginning of the year using a raindrop shape. Put a tail on it, a window, right? You could add other details, but now I'm going to add a second plane. And it's touching this and touching this. And a third plane. Should add the engines on there. Should add all the details, right? So look what you got now. And I'll make another video where I color this in, okay? But so what I want to see in your drawing is a house, some trees. These could even be people if you want to do this with people instead of trees. But something in the sky, some airplanes, okay? Thank you. Perspective drawing.